So, Beef, we made it through another week of Survivor.
Yeah.
We did. We're alive.
Another week of Survivor.
We are alive, baby. Yes.
Living on the edge. But
Our win was pretty easy this past week.
It was.
We picked the Texans against the Patriots, and the Patriots had Drake May starting as a rookie, and so we thought, oh, this will be easy. And it started off easy, but Drake May then started throwing the ball
he looked
around.
okay.
Easy. Yeah,
he looked okay.
Decent, you know?
I'm interested to see. So now I'm hearing he might be hurt, but I'm interested to see him play this weekend against the Jags, even though he's got to go across the ocean to go do it. But the Jags look terrible in their second home field last week. We'll see how they do with the week there. That game is not on my radar for Survivor. Not looking at that. Not looking at what's going on right now. There's a couple games that I'm looking at, Beef. I'm looking at the Commanders game, and I'm looking at the Bills game.
I like that.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I'm like really honed in on, and I want to get your opinion there, where you're landing on this.
I looking at both of these, like initially I told you, oh man, Commanders and the Panthers are horrible. They're horrible on the road. They're just a bad team altogether. But the only issue I have here is like rookie quarterback. He's been going so good, but they could have a bad start. You don't know when the bad start's coming. And the Commanders' defense isn't good. Like that's the part. They've been living on the offense, like keeping them ahead of teams, and they lost last week to the Ravens when they ran into a good team. So they scare me a little bit from that standpoint. On the other standpoint, the Bills are a much better team than the Titans, and I think they're a better team than the Commanders too. But Josh Allen does weird shit sometimes. Sometimes I have that game where he's like 9 for 30, and I'm like, fuck, how did they lose to that team? And so both of these teams will probably win big, but they both scare me a little bit. I want to say I think that the Bills probably scare me a little less just because Josh Allen can maybe do it with his legs too. And there's a little more of a complete team there. But I'm not 100% sure. Where are you feeling really strong with these two?
So with the Bills, the only reason I'm not totally on the Bills is because I feel like if we continue to go, I can use them later. Like I'm more than certain I can use them later.
They'll play Miami, they'll play New England or whatever.
This might be the best Commanders matchup for a while.
Yeah.
And so looking at it that way, I like that. I also like that it's a late game. Like I think like it
Right.
especially if our opponent picks in the early, then we know what position we're in, right?
Yep.
Like if they've lost, I mean, like we're just we can put $1,000 on the Panthers and feel just fine about it.
Right, exactly.
So like I kind of like that a little bit. But with the Bills, I like the Titans are a tire fire too. Like I think they should beat the crap out of them, and they just traded for Amari Cooper. Like I feel like it's a great addition. Now that is something though I might let live a couple weeks, right? And then have them get James Cook back, have that entire offense like about to really beat up on somebody, and that might be the good time to take the Bills.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning Commanders.
But you are going against your other thing where like the Panthers probably are more likely to score than the Titans. However, the Titans defense is a lot better than the Panthers defense. Like the Titans might have one of those games where the Bills only get 17 points off them because they actually play good. Like you saw how they terrorized the Bears on the opening. They should have beat the Bears in the opener. Like that, their defense is good enough to do that.
The Panthers have come back to I don't know how they're going to score. Like that's like they've returned to that. There was a good moment.
The Red Rocket's
there was
out
a good
now.
moment of him, like where you're like, oh, maybe he's all right. Maybe he's gonna do some stuff here, and it's like, no, I think this is just a really bad offense.
Do some stuff, set some things, do some things. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still up in the air. We could figure it out in the next couple days, but I mean, I think it's down to those two teams because
I would
like
agree.
I don't like the Browns. Like I think like they stink and like I can't bet on the Bengals right now.
Bengals on the road in division.
Can't go Bengals.
It's too scary. It's too scary.
no.
They'll probably win by 30 points, but it's too scary. I'm not
Eagles against the Giants. Like the Eagles barely beat the Browns, and like the Giants have looked like a reasonable football team, recently. So
the only lower spread I like out of all of them, Treasy, if we were like picking a dark, is the Colts at home against the Dolphins. Dolphins are horrible right now.
Like
the Dolphins are fucking horrible. Like I want to catch them later on when we got a good matchup. But like if we were forced to pick an off-brand team, the Colts -3 at home, like that one. And we don't have to worry about the spread. They just got to win. But still,
Rams over the Raiders is one where I could feel comfortable enough. I looked at that one thinking like, when else are we going to pick the Rams? But then I was like,
we're not.
hopefully we never have to. Like that's what
Win
I'm
this
thinking.
week and our opponent
Yeah.
loses and we're done.
Yeah,
That's perfect,
exactly.
you know?
That's right.
Or we
That'd be
both
awesome.
lose and we have another split.
Exactly.
That'd be sweet too.
But okay. All right. Down to 2 teams. We'll figure it out in the next couple days.